Yo, Bracy Skills Clinic's back with another video. If you've been tuned in, you know this is probably like the third video of the day. It's been a while, so hey, we dropping. I'm here, I'm back on my way to my training session. We're gonna get right to it because I know my Spurs subscribers have been waiting for me to speak on the Spurs because I've been quiet all offseason. The last time y'all heard from me, the DeJounte Murray trade was fresh. And I told myself I'm going to let some time go by before I just go day by day because I want to be able to give a full review on what I think, because I'll be the first to tell you I was wrong about DeJounte. I thought DeJounte was franchise material, but not only was I wrong, but I've definitely had a change of heart about DeJounte. I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to just admit it, and I'm going to get straight to it. So if you've been keeping up with this channel, you know I've probably been one of the biggest DeJounte Murray supporters. Since he came in, I've been one of the biggest DeJounte Murray supporters because I still like his game. Don't get it twisted. I like his game, 6'5", long wingspan. He's a two-way point guard. He's developed a lot on the offensive end. And I think he's somebody that you can go to war with because he's going to be ready to play. He's a dog. I just like DeJounte Murray. I like his game, and I feel like he still has room to grow, at least with the Spurs. I think with the Hawks, you're stepping into a situation where, you know, everybody knows it's Trae Young's show. And I'm not saying that matters, but it's going to be tough to look at DeJounte as a franchise player with the Hawks because we know who Trae Young is. Now, DeJounte is going to be, he's basically accepted the role of being somewhat a Robin, right? Now, that's not even disrespect because Murray still can be an all-star. Murray still can average close to a triple-double. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Murray's not going to be productive. He's still going to do his thing. But I'm just saying, like, we know Trae Young. That's Trae Young's team, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? But I had a change of heart about DeJounte because I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm not liking some of the events that has taken place on social media and some of the things that's been going on. I know everybody's been commenting on the ProAm stuff, but I'm not even going to talk about the ProAm because I don't have a major problem with the ProAm stuff. Honestly, I really don't. I don't. I know some people are going to keep tying in the ProAm activities to the Spurs, but I'm not going to do that, bro, because I'm going to tell you something. Even with the Paolo situation, I knew when it first happened, I'm like, okay, well, I remember DeJounte was shouting out Paolo the whole year, so it's kind of strange why he's acting like that. So the first thing I thought to myself, there got to be something going on because it's very, very strange of why he's acting like that towards Paolo after I seen him shout him out. Even when he got drafted, he was shouting him out. So all this stuff had to be recent. And then DeJounte comes out and says what he says, and then, of course, Paolo disputes it. But none of us as fans never really truly know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the people that are in Seattle and are close to that situation may know what's really going on. But us as fans, man, we shouldn't even be commenting on that because that's none of our business, to be honest. And I'm not in Seattle, so I don't know what's really going on to really comment on, you know, what's been going on between him and Paolo. So I'm not going to tie in the ProAm activities to DeJounte. What I am going to tie in is some of that Instagram stuff. DeJounte, bro, 15 years, dog? 15 years? This is the thing, bro, that this is the problem I have with that statement. DeJounte, that same system that you're criticizing and saying that we won't win for another 15 years develops you. Okay, now we know Chip England is out. I'm going to talk about that too. We know Chip England is out, but how can you knock that system when that system took you as a late in the first round, almost second round pick, and were very, very patient with you and helped you get through the process of recovering from a really crazy injury, still paid you and extended your contract after the injury and allowed you to grow into being an all-star level player, but you're going to knock the system. The biggest part of the system is player development. Like after winning, I ain't gonna say the biggest part. The biggest part of the system is winning, but I'm saying to win comes player development. There's no winning with the Spurs without player development. The development of a Tony Parker and Ginobili to tag along with the lottery pick like Tim led to us being a dominant franchise, because Ginobili was picked at the end of the draft, literally, and Tony Parker was a late first round pick. So the development of those two guys, the development of a Bruce Bowen who also was an undrafted player, the development of a Kawhi Leonard who people compared him to what I forgot, man, it was crazy comparisons. It was almost disrespectful to the comparisons they were giving Kawhi Leonard when he was drafted, and to see him blossom into a franchise player, bro, the biggest part of the Spurs winning culture is player development, and you are a major part of that. You was a major part of player development. You were one of the players that a lot of people in the NBA looked at and say, man, the Spurs didn't develop another gem again. Now, there were people DeJounte Murray dropped to us because of off-the-court stuff. We all know that. We all know Murray was a lottery-level talent, but it doesn't matter. They still develop. There's a lot of players that get drafted in the lottery and don't pan out. So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, yeah, but, Murray was supposed to be a lottery pick, so, technically he didn't really get developed. That's cap. It's guys that go lottery and don't never even do what DeJounte did in a short span of time. So for you to talk about the Spurs system, us not winning in 15 years and that system, and you criticizing the system, bro, that system helped you develop and helped many others develop. We've turned a lot of people who were no names into household names, from Tony Parker to Manu Ginobili to Kawhi Leonard to Bruce Bowen to DeJounte Murray. It's facts, bro. It's facts. So for you to sit here, go on to social media and knock the Spurs system and say we will never win with that system for 15 years is very wrong, bro. I'm not with. I got your jersey, DeJounte. I got your jersey. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, but I'm not feeling that statement. I disagree on that, because that system helped mold you into what you are now. I'm not saying that they did everything for you. You got to, I know you got to do it on your own too. But hey, man, that system played their cards right when it came to your player development, and that's real talk. They played their cards right when it came to your development. So to say that, to knock the Spurs system is childish to me. You know what I'm saying? It's childish, because somebody said something on social media that you didn't like. You're going to knock the franchise? How do you think Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson, who I guess what it looked like had a good relationship with you, how do you think they feel about what you said? I didn't like that statement. I know all the Spurs fans didn't like that statement, but I couldn't ride with DeJounte on that one, bro. I just couldn't, because we all watched DeJounte grow and develop, and I was one of the few Spurs fans that felt the Spurs should have kept him. But now, like I said, I got to change of heart, man. We got 3 first-round picks, and he really didn't want to be here from what it looks like. So, hey, you can't be mad at it. The Spurs did what they had to do, no different than what they did with Kawhi. They did what they had to do. But I just can't ride with what DeJounte said on IG. Now, enough of DeJounte. He's not a current Spurs player anymore. Let's talk about this current roster. I got another prediction. I could be wrong, I could be right, but I'm gonna still make my prediction. Spurs fans, I think you're gonna be disappointed this year. And what I mean by that is, I don't think we're getting a victory. You're gonna be disappointed this year, because I don't think the Spurs are going to be worse than the NBA bad. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs either. But I don't think we're going to be worse than the NBA bad. And here's why. How many games the Spurs won last year? Was it 33? Somebody fact check that. You can put it in the comment box. I don't have my phone in front of me right now. I think the Spurs won like 33 or 34 games, right? So let's break this down. If every Spurs fan agrees or thinks that DeJounte is not a franchise player, right? Well, to be worse in the NBA to be like a worse than the NBA caliber team, I would say you got to win between 10 to like maybe 18 games. I think once you get to 20, you're definitely one of the worst teams for sure. But I also think like there's probably going to be a team or two that are worse than you, or it could be a few teams worse than you. I think 10 to 17 to 18 wins will probably guarantee you as the worst team in the NBA. So if DeJounte's not the if people didn't think DeJounte was the franchise player, and we trade DeJounte for 3 first-round picks, do y'all really think do y'all think not having DeJounte is going to cost us 17 wins? I'm gonna say it again, just in case you guys are confused. If we won 34 games last year, and the goal is to be the worst team or even top 2 or 3 worst teams in the NBA to get Victor, right, and tank, because Pop's not going to go out there and lose a game on purpose. So you can just throw that out, okay? They're going to compete. They're all going to compete. So just throw that out. But what I'm saying is not having DeJounte Murray 17 is going to make us 17-plus wins less. Because I don't think that. Like, I think not having DeJounte, it may cost us 5 or 6 wins. I think Keldon and Devin Vassell and them can get us 27 wins. Cause my thing is, if we trade DeJounte, right, and we won 34 games last year, and then we lose DeJounte this year, and the team can't win no more than 12 games, maybe we should have kept DeJounte. I'm saying based off that logic, DeJounte doesn't make us 20-plus wins worse, bro. I'm just not buying it. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. And like I said, I don't want to hype up the team because I'm telling y'all the Spurs are not making the playoffs. But what I'm saying is Trey Jones is not a bad PG. So I just don't see us losing. I don't see us only winning 12 or 13 games. I don't see that. And I think that's probably where you're gonna have to be to guarantee to have the worst record in the NBA. I don't think you can go 26 and 56 and be the worst team in the NBA. I don't think so. I just, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I think we're going to be disappointed because I don't think we're going to be the worst team in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to make another statement. I don't think Devin Vassell is being talked about enough in this rebuild. I don't think Devin Vassell is being talked about enough in this rebuild. I'm really interested in seeing how Vassell comes out next year. I kind of know what to expect out of Keldon. I am intrigued with seeing how Keldon is going to create his own shot. But I still think Keldon is even if he wasn't the best shot creator, Keldon just off playing hard is still going to get you 16 to 18 points a game. So I think Keldon can average around 20. I think he can. But Devin is the most intriguing player that I'm looking at. I think Devin is actually more intriguing to me than Josh Primo. I know everybody's high on Josh, but I think Vassell is a little bit more intriguing. And the reason why I say that is because Vassell has a crazy, crazy downside and upside. Like, I think Devin Vassell is Devin Vassell is either going to be, he's either going to turn himself into a star caliber player, or he's going to be a more longer athletic version of Danny Green. Like literally, like I think that's like, it's crazy, but I think his range is like a crazy range. I think none of us really know what he's going to do. That's why I think he's the most intriguing player on our roster. I really want to see how he looks in a starting role with more opportunities to score and have the ball in his hands. I really want to see what he does. He's been working out hard this offseason. He's picked up some weight. So I just want to see how Vassell looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and let's say Vassell, even if Vassell is not like a superstar franchise player. Let's say Vassell turns into a decent player where he's averaging 19 and 5, right? Let's say Vassell is averaging like 19 and 5. I love the fact that you got two solid wing players in Vassell and Keldon on the wing as probably your best two players. I kind of like that, bro, because the game has always been about swingmans. Like, besides Steph, that's why Steph is so great. Besides Steph, like, usually, like, especially within the past, like, 25 to 30 years, it's swingmans that run the game. It's either that dominant two-way two-guard scorer like the Jordans and the Kobes of the world, or it's those dominant threes like KD and Bron, and you know what I'm saying? And then even with the Boston Celtics, who didn't win, I mean, you still got Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So the blueprint to really being able to have a really good team is having two phenomenal wing players that are two-way. That's the blueprint. The blueprint is to have two solid two-way wing players. If you have two solid two-way wing players, I think it's a lot easier to complete the rebuild. Spurs fans, I really want to see y'all comments below. I really want y'all to comment below on what I'm saying. But I'm really intrigued with the possibility of Devin Vassell and Keldon being the two guys that lead us for at least the foreseeable future. Now, we'll see how things transpires with the other rookies like Blake and Malachi and Jeremy and all those guys, and then even the development of Primo. But I'm saying with Keldon and Vassell to have two really good wing players, I really want to see if they come out and make the next step, like, because we're going to need some offense from somewhere. Somebody's going to have to score the ball. And what if Devin and Keldon both average 20 points each? I don't care if we lose. I'm saying, what if they're able to put up 20 each? What if Devin Vassell and Keldon put up 20 each? If those two are able to put up 20 each, even if we only win 25 games next year, right? If those two average 20 points a game each, that is, I'm telling you, that is going to be a phenomenal situation for the Spurs to be in. Because to have two two-way wings, it's going to make the rebuild so much faster. So, like I said, I don't think the Spurs are going to make the playoffs next year. But I think we're going to be disappointed because I don't think we're going to be the worst team in the NBA. I know what ESPN said. I seen the article. I mean, come on, bro. They're wrong about us every single year. Why do we keep feeding into that? Why do we keep feeding into preseason predictions from ESPN, bro? We don't even get games on ESPN no more. They don't watch us, bro. We're the least most watched team in the NBA as far as ESPN. They don't put us on TV. Like, why do we care about what they think? There's obviously an agenda against the Spurs when it comes to ESPN because we don't get no games and they rank us last. And even when we got decent teams, when we had DeRozan and Aldridge and we still made the playoffs and made the play-in, they didn't think we were going to make the play-in. I mean, they've always disrespected us, bro. Well, I don't know why we keep feeding into that. I wouldn't even feed into that. But I really want to see Keldon, but I really want to see if Vassell makes a leap because if those two average 20 a game next year, man, that's going to be a great rebuild. Because you got the Primos coming up. You got Blake Wesley, who I really, really like. And I actually think he's going to be the best of the three. And I don't even want to, I think all three could be really good. I think we might have hit a home run with literally all three picks. But something about Blake, man, I just like his upside. But Keldon and Vassell are the two that I really, really want to see how they do. Let's see if they make a leap next year. Let's see if both those guys be in the hunt for most improved player. Like, because you gotta ask yourself, like, if Keldon, because like I said, somebody got to score the ball. So somebody's gonna have a breakout year on the Spurs. Now, of course, nobody in the national news is gonna care because it's always like that. But if Keldon averages 21 and Vassell averages 20, you got to put them in the hunt for most improved player. They have to be candidates. Now, whether they do it or not, that's on them. But, man, what Spurs fans, what if Keldon and Devin Vassell both average 20 each? Because Keldon averaged what did he average 17 a game last year or something like that, or 18? So he was right there last year. So it's not a crazy take to say that Keldon's going to average dub. That's not a crazy take because he was really, really close this year. But what if Vassell makes the jump too? So Spurs fans, man, I think we've had a good offseason because it's what's needed. It's what's necessary. It's a rebuild. It's what's needed. But let's see how these guys come out next year. So, yeah, I've been quiet all offseason, man. That's just kind of what I feel. Like I said, I love the rookies. I think the rookies are going to be great, but I think they're going to get some time, but they're also going to develop on their own timeline as well. I think Primo's going to make a jump, but I think he's going to make a jump. I don't think he's going to make the jump that a lot of people are thinking he's going to make. I think Primo still has some growing pains to get through. I think he is, man. I just hope that he doesn't give me Lonnie Walker or Luka vibes, where he's like the ultimate fan favorite and he just never turns the corner. I hope that's not the case. I think he's gonna be better than that, but I just think I think Vassell is the most intriguing player to me on the Spurs. So we'll see, man. You know, it seemed like the season just ended yesterday, but it's really like around the corner because training camp's about to start in a month, right? It's coming back quick. Next thing you know, we'll be right back in the season. So yeah, we'll see how things go for the Spurs this year. I mean, you know, we're not judging the next season off wins and losses, but I do want to see how individuals perform. So we'll see how the Spurs come out. But that's a wrap for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Go Spurs, go. We out.